Hi there. I'm assuming if you're seeing this, you know me. And working with so many clients right now, people getting to ramp up their health for the new year. Thought I would come by. If you don't know me or you're getting this on a share, my name is Miriam Khan. I have been a certified coach for 8 years and very blessed following my own transformation to have taken that plunge. So, with the new year coming, it's not just a new year, it's a new decade. I find it a little daunting, and I've been thinking a ton about what my journal is going to look like, what my word of the year is going to be, what my big thing, I don't want to use the R resolution word, but what my big thing that I want to implement is going to be. And speaking to so many of you over the past few days, preparing for the holidays, getting through the holiday that's currently in progress, getting through all the holiday parties that so many have been attending, I have some thoughts that I think will really help and inspire for the new year as we make our decisions. So one of the things that I know that if I implement this one thing, my life is going to rock in every area. And I've spoken to so many of you about this already, especially this week. But there is one area that if we get better at, our whole life can improve. And not just that, but we may even start to love ourselves and treat ourselves a little better. So what is that, you may ask? So that is the concept of keeping promises to yourself. Let that sink in for a second. Keeping a promise to yourself. Because so many of us really don't do that so well. And whether it's tonight I'm going to go to bed early, or not even early, tonight I'm going to get into bed by X time, whatever your preferred time is. And then we turn on Netflix, which I may or may not have done yesterday. But then we turn on something or we start working on something and we don't keep our word. And it could be anything. It could be you're heading out to an event and you plan on only eating XYZ, and then you end up seeing something else. It's like, okay, I'll return to my health plan tomorrow. So whatever it is that we want to achieve, one of the things that can help us is setting that intention and just making that decision. But you want to ramp that up a little bit, write it down, share it with someone. I, right now, in this time of year, have client after client sharing with me their plan and then texting me after the plan how they rocked it. And it's been incredible. So for most of us, it can start with just, if you're already journaling, and if you're not, I highly recommend it. I do plan to come in live again about journaling, but if you're not journaling, I do recommend it. And it could be like 2 simple things. In the morning, setting your intention for the day. That's it. Even if you're not heavy into journaling, that's a really cool thing to do. And then at the end of the day, before you go to bed, what went well and what promises did you keep to yourself? Because for most of us, this can be such a game changer. Think about it. And I'm going to give you a simple example. If you are right now celebrating Hanukkah and you are surrounded by either jelly donuts or fried potato latkes, which are fried potato latkes, and you walk into a party saying, I'm not going to have any, and then you indulge, it doesn't feel so good. However, imagine if you, that day, earlier than the party, you make a decision, I'm going to have a half a jelly donut or a whole or whatever it is that works for you. And if you're working with a coach, discuss it with your coach. But are you better off having that half and celebrating that you kept your word versus the possibility of total sabotage and then being unhappy with ourselves? And that's, for most of us, putting it lightly. So I encourage you, and this is the thought, we are so not good. Even those of us with the highest integrity still often lack some of the discipline or some of the desire or some of the, call it even creativity of keeping promises to ourselves or making promises to ourselves that we can keep. So for me, the only, call it a resolution, but I'm not using that word, my only thought going into 2020 is that over the year, and I'm going to be writing this every day in my journal, I keep promises to myself. That's going to be my mantra. I keep promises to myself. The key is make them doable, make them something you want to celebrate later, but just practice that. I promise you, you will feel like $1 million at the end of the day when you can write it. So for those of you celebrating right now, I wish you a happy Hanukkah. And for those of you getting ready to hop into Christmas, I wish you a very, very Merry Christmas. And to everybody, I wish everybody a blessed, prosperous, and peaceful new decade.